Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now in today's video we're going to be starting out with a couple nitro cells you guys can use for free kills. This first one's going to be over on Night Haven. This is going to be for when the enemy team is going to open up the electrical window. You're going to want to pre-rip your nitro cell before you get to electrical. Toss it out over the top of this machinery outside of the window to get yourself an easy kill on anyone posted up on that window. And then this next one's going to be actually be on Fortress. This is going to be when the enemy team wants to push this like hallway next to infirmary or medical, whatever you want to call it. And basically what you do, it's the same concept again. You're going to want to pre-rip your nitro cell. And then basically when you know someone's on this doorway, you're going to basically toss your nitro cell out once you know for sure someone's close, and then toss it, get yourself an easy kill. This next one's going to be over on Oregon. This was going to be for when the enemy players go up the main staircase and they like to sit at the top like in that little like cubby underneath the default camera. That's when you toss it to get yourself an easy kill. And then this last one is actually a really underrated one in my opinion. I feel like this one never gets used. But usually when you put head holes right on the left side for command here, usually people like to post themselves up on that little like angle inside of IT. So what I like to do is pre-rip my nitro cell, prone through, toss my nitro cell out through the head holes to get myself an easy kill on anybody playing inside of there. Now in our first clip here, we're going to be playing Cade over on Clubhouse. I've been playing a lot of Cade on this map recently for the basement bomb site. What I like to do is I'll typically play around Mannequin. I actually don't understand why I'm playing inside a church right here. This is a... Oh, I'm looking for a drone right now. That's what I'm doing currently. They got a drone during prep phase. I remember this. And I couldn't figure out where it went. And I'm pretty sure it's on like one of the... It's probably like on like one of like the cabinets or something inside of here, or maybe the barrels or something. I don't know. They probably put it up really high, and I can't see it because gamers don't look up. But anyway, this clip I like to play around Mannequin, right? My ideal Mannequin is that I want to prevent the kitchen hatch drop, because basically how it works for this bomb site is that you essentially always need like at least 2 people playing in Arsenal, in my opinion. Now in this specific round, they have the kitchen hatch open, they have dirt open. They're gonna go ahead and open up blue hatch here. Now I'm getting stuck here in a second. I'm gonna feel very overwhelmed. So when they start opening up blue hatch, I'm gonna go ahead and try to pre-rip a nitro and just toss it up to try to like clear some space for myself. Basically, I toss my nitro cell through the stock hatch here to get myself 1 free kill. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is now like a position that's like getting played properly, because basically, like I said, like you always want at least 2 people playing for Arsenal. Otherwise they have plays like this in a second where the guy that's on hatch is just gonna drop. He's gonna drop and there's nobody gonna be able to stop him. So I'm basically in a position now where I have to win the gunfight against him, or else we just insta lose the round basically. They also have a guy that's playing inside of dirt here, so I'm basically gonna put in a 2v. I'm in a 2v1 right now. Plus they have drones on me. But you can see right here, one person's gonna drop the hatch, which is the ram. We go ahead and slam him. There's gonna be one guy inside of dirt here. We're gonna go ahead and light him up right here. There's also a guy like I believe like secret in this position, but he's not gonna push us, which is good. And then right here we're gonna go ahead and kill one of the guys that was in dirt on the little pixel angle, because obviously if he's like left side doorway and I light him up to 1 HP, he's gonna back up and he's gonna go to the pixel angle. So I pre-fire the pixel angle to shock and get myself a free kill. And then now we're in a 3v2 position. And again, like I said, guys, the enemy team still has a play in this position to just drop the kitchen hatch here and then put me in a 2v1, and then they can potentially win the round. However, right here they drop the hatch, my teammate calls it out. And then what I need to do basically is I need to look over the top of that box on the drop, because that's where 99% of the time they're going to swing and where their head is going to be. So basically when they drop, I need to be pre-aiming there and be ready for the gunfight, because that is the only way for me to win that gunfight in this position once they drop the hatch. Now, in an ideal world, if you want me to be honest, it would have been really nice to have one of my other teammates come play like AKs or something. Because then we would have been able to just shut down the push in general. However, in this specific round, after we got those 3 kills for Arsenal, their last guy, their Ash, just ended up just giving up and baiting for the rest of the round, so we ended up securing the round right there. By the way, if you're wondering for that last clip, on the very last person that dropped the hatch to Twitch, I actually could have technically just walked towards like dirt and swung around the second crate basically to swinger on the hatch drop basically, instead of peeking over the top of the crate. If you're more of like a swinger be swung type of player, that's the other way of winning that gunfight. However, for that specific moment when Ace, or excuse me, when Ram dropped the hatch and there was someone inside of dirt, there's no like other play for me than just looking over the top of the first box and basically looking for the gunfight. Basically, that's one thing I wanted to quickly reiterate or explain, is because there's no other option for me there. That's why you want to have more than one person, because in an ideal world for enemy team, that's their ideal gunfight, in my opinion, because they get the swinger's advantage, you know what I mean? So they can swing me on mannequin. If they win that gunfight, they just instantly take control, and then we lose the round. So since I was able to win that gunfight, obviously then we win the round at that point, you know what I mean? But in a normal setting, them getting that type of gunfight is winning. That's why I always say you should have someone like AKs or back arsenal preventing the drop, because and like doing like a 2-on-1 or 2v2 position. You see what I'm saying? Because otherwise, if they get that drop, that's like their advantage. Luckily there I was able to win the gunfight, but that's their advantage in that position. So in this next clip, we're pushing bedroom bomb site. So the enemy team is extending to vertical in this position. So what we need to do is we need to walk into dragon here. We're going to kill one guy on the house staircase here, because a lot of people, when they extend up to vertical, they like to put like one guy like up there, or maybe two guys up there, and then they will usually have somebody walk up play, basically, like they walk up to help their team basically. So I pushed from dragon there to basically watch out for that play in particular. And earlier on in this round I saw Womai looking for a flank, so I was like, basically if Womai is looking for the flank, that means I need to watch out for that. And if he's not flanking, that most likely means that since he was over by restaurant side, that he is going to essentially look to go back to delivery and jump back into sight, and then he's going to hold us for that, basically. So that's how I knew Womai was going to be there, is because it's either he's flanking us or he's going to be on that angle for house stairs. I mean, it's like one or the other. I guess, yeah, he could like back up more into bathroom, but in that specific instance, he didn't do that. He ended up just playing that gunfight. Last guy in this position gets caught up on my teammate. He's in delivery. Now, honestly, I thought he might go like house side to like my bottom stairs, so I swing over here last second towards the double door to see if he's there, but he actually jumps in right when I look away, and he's going to go ahead and actually kill my teammate, but luckily it runs back towards me, so I go ahead and get myself a free kill right there and secure the round. This is a nice little cross angle position, by the way, for the delivery hop in. However, like I said, I just looked away last second, which was a blunder by me. If I was paying attention there and I was holding that window on that cross angle, he would hop in, and I would see his head and get myself an easy kill, and then we secured a round like that. However, like I said, I looked away last second, didn't realize that double door was canceled already, so I ended up missing my opportunity for that. Now next up here, we're going to be over in Oregon. This is that same nitro cell from earlier. We're going to go ahead and toss it towards the cubby spot. This one is usually, you use audio basically, so usually when you have a good headset, you go ahead and toss it out when you think someone's there. I toss it out. Unfortunately, I don't end up getting any kills here for it, but it's okay. Basically, we're going to go ahead and just rotate back here. We're going to go into kids here. We're basically looking around here to see what my teammates up to. My teammates are going to all start dropping like flies here. And then this guy's going to randomly hop in the big window here. This is going to give me an easy pick, and that's also diffuser down. I'm going to go ahead and actually drop hatch here, because that ram, if they're in comms of each other, he's going to be calling out to his teammates that I'm inside of kids. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate up white stairs here now after dropping. And we're going to go ahead and try to see if we can look for a play where we can shut down the plant basically in this position. So in a second here, I'm going to go ahead and rotate downstairs into security here. We're going to go ahead and make holes on the vertical here, and we're going to actually end up killing that shield player we saw earlier in the round, the Blackbeard. And we're going to go ahead and just be like, okay, since we killed that guy, the enemy team is going to think we're below, just watching for the default plan. So now once they stop watching white stairs, we're going to rotate up, we're going to swing aggressively, we're going to kill a fuse, and then we're going to go ahead and swing aggressively for another guy, which is the knock. Luckily we have the SMG-12, so this is like prime gunfight area for me right here. So we're going to go ahead and get those 2 kills very easily and secure the round. Now next up, we're going to be over in Oregon here for the basement bomb site. We're going to be playing Legion here. Now typically when I play Legion on this bomb site, I'll go play the tarp's doorway for bunker basically, and then I'll play a cross covered position with my person playing inside of elbow, and basically we use the Legion mines to basically signify when we swing. Now in this specific round, my teammate that's in elbow is going to actually end up dying in this position. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and just chill over by the rotate here, and then my tarps guy is going to also die in this position. Now we need some kind of pick to basically make this round winnable. Now something that I was going to do here is that I put my BP on the pillar, and so I was going to play on this like highway double door basically, and then the idea was that when I get audio, I was going to swing aggressively to try to look for some kind of picks basically was my idea. Now in this specific round, the enemy team is in bunker. They're going to go ahead and be rotating into tarps. They're going to start getting pinged by the BP, and then the enemy team is going to go ahead and blow up that BP. And then I'm like, you know what? What's stopping me from just ratting in this corner? Because the enemy team thinks I'm in highway. So what's stopping me from just ratting in this corner at this point and then playing for like a rat gunfight basically? So you see right here, I kill Finka, and then since we killed Finka, that now opens up space in the bomb site. So now I can use that space to go ahead and swing Twitch aggressively. My teammate's going to call out that there's one guy, the Ash, playing for Freezer. She full sprints down to take all of that space. She takes a fast gunfight with me right there, but we're going to go ahead and just rotate back towards tarps here, which is the original place I wanted to play. I'm going to go ahead and get droned by backstairs here. Now right here, I was trying to look for a gunfight with a backstairs person, but he's playing super passive, and Ash is still playing Freezer. So I go ahead and rotate into bunker here, so that way I can play for the diffuser that's on the bunker double door. And then right here, I'm going to start getting audio that somebody's outside of my bunker double door at this point, so we know nobody's on my back stairs. So it's bunker double door, and then there's going to be a guy that's going to be on Freezer. Now right here, I make a mistake here. I go ahead and rotate to elbow with my smoke, which is actually a mistake because now we're stacked up in the same position. So I have to take a risk here, so now that way we're not just like stacked on each other and get pincered. And I go ahead and rotate to the rotate hole to go ahead and rotate into laundry. And now we have like a kind of like pseudo like cover cross angle position right here, because basically the enemy team has to grab the fuser, and then when they grab the fuser, they're going to go ahead and rotate to the default plant, and then we're going to be able to walk up through highway and then potentially look to kill the Ash and then look for the planter in this position. So you can see right here, the Ash is going to swing out from Freezer on the cover cross. The other guy went for the plant. My teammate goes ahead and kills the planter with this smoke, and then I go ahead and kill the Ash on the cover cross, and then we secure the round right there. I'm going to let my teammate go ahead and defuse this, and we're going to secure the round. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's step-by-step video. Hopefully that last round made some sense there. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!